Good everyone, welcome to the NTV and watching NTV News at 9:30, your source for exclusive news and entertainment. This is Pranitha bringing you today top stories from India and around the world, and the time is exactly 9:30. Today, the Economic Survey for 2025 to 2026 was presented in Parliament by Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman. This marks the initial assessment of the nation economic status for prior to budget presentation scheduled for February 1. Annually, the government releases the Economic Survey ahead of the budget, which reviews the economic performance of the previous year. Additionally, it offers recommendations regarding priorities and policies for upcoming year. The presentation took place today 11 am and 12 pm. Following this, the Chief Economy Advisor to the government, V. Anant Nageshwaram, provided insight to the media on matter. It is anticipated the various announcement was made in the forthcoming budget concerning the key element of the survey. The budget session commenced on Wednesday with the Finance Minister said to present the budget first. At the start of today's session, the Prime Minister Narendra Modi addressed Parliament.
देश का ध्यान बजट की तरफ होना बहुत स्वाभाविक है, लेकिन इस सरकार की ये पहचान रही है रिफॉर्म, परफॉर्म एंड ट्रांसफॉर्म। और अब तो हम रिफॉर्म एक्सप्रेस पर चल पड़े हैं, बहुत तेजी से चल पड़े हैं। और मैं संसद के भी सभी साथियों का आभार व्यक्त करता हूं कि इस रिफॉर्म एक्सप्रेस को गति देने में वे भी अपनी सकारात्मक शक्ति को लगा रहे हैं और उसके कारण रिफॉर्म एक्सप्रेस को भी लगातार गति मिल रही है। देश लॉन्ग टर्म पेंडिंग प्रॉब्लम्स अब उससे निकल करके लॉन्ग टर्म सॉल्यूशंस के मार्ग पर मजबूती के साथ कदम रख रहा है। और जब लॉन्ग टर्म सॉल्यूशंस होते हैं तब प्रेडिक्टेबिलिटी होती है, जो विश्व में एक भरोसा पैदा करती है। हमारे हर निर्णय में राष्ट्र की प्रगति ये हमारा लक्ष्य है, लेकिन हमारे सारे निर्णय ह्यूमन सेंट्रिक है।
Sir, with your permission, I rise to lay on the table a copy each of the following papers, Hindi and English versions. Economic Survey 25-26, Economic Survey 25-26 Statistical Appendix.
Today, the Supreme Court issued a stay on new UGC regulation concerning what constitution caste-based discrimination. The University Grant Commission, which serves as the regulatory authority for higher education in the nation, had announced this regulation to address discrimination, indicating that based on caste with higher education institution. The recently notified UGC regulation requires all higher education institutions to establish equity committees, tasking with investigating complaints of discrimination. A bench comprising Chief Justice Suryakant and Justice Joymala Bagchi has directed the Centre and UGC to respond to petition contesting the regulation. As per the new UGC regulation, University Grant Commission Promotion of Equity in Higher Education Institution Regulation 2026. These committees must include representatives for other backward classes, scheduled classes and tribal individuals with disabilities and women. Students and various groups have expressed concern regarding certain sections of the draft, particularly noting that the definition of discrimination omitted what included in 2012 version, such as discrimination based on language and ethnicity.
आज माननीय सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने जो यूजीसी रेगुलेशंस नए नियम पास किए गए हैं उस पर सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने रोक लगाई है, उसको एबियंस में रखा है और सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने अपनी पावर्स को एक्सरसाइज करते हुए अंडर आर्टिकल 142 जो यूजीसी रेगुलेशंस 2012 हैं उनको इन ऑपरेशन किया, उनको प्रभावी किया। अब सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने इस मामले में केंद्र सरकार को और सारे पक्षकारों को नोटिस जारी किया है और इस मामले की अगली सुनवाई 19 मार्च को निर्धारित की गई है।
पहला जो 3C सेक्शन है, उस 3C सेक्शन के अंदर जो कास्ट डिस्क्रिमिनेशन की बात की गई थी, उस कास्ट डिस्क्रिमिनेशन के अंदर जनरल कैटेगरी को एक्सक्लूड कर दिया गया था और सिर्फ 3 कैटेगरी SC, ST और OBCs को रखा गया। इसका मतलब कहीं ना कहीं ये मैसेज देने की बात की जा रही थी लगातार कि जनरल कैटेगरी के लोग जो हैं वो इन 3 जो कम्युनिटीज हैं, कास्ट हैं, इनका सिर्फ एक्सपोर्ट करते हैं, जो कि हमारे साइड से ये था कि ये गलत है, कॉन्स्टिट्यूशनली इट कैन नॉट बी पॉसिबल और आप ऐसा कह नहीं सकते। और कहीं ना कहीं ये मैसेज, गलत मैसेज जो है वो इस 3C की तरफ से जा रहा था, जिसको हमने लेकर आज बहस की थी और जो हमारे CJI हैं उन्होंने इस बात को माना कि बिल्कुल 3C जो सेक्शन है वो कहीं ना कहीं बहुत बड़े इंप्लीकेशंस यहाँ दिखा रहा है और चिंता जाहिर की और इसीलिए इसको स्टे भी किया गया।
Maharashtra Deputy Chief Minister and NCP leader Ajit Pawar final ceremonies was take place with full state honors today at his political stronghold Baramati. To allow visitors to pay their ultimate respects, Ajit Pawar Motel remains are kept at a Vidya Padistan site. Throughout the day, a stabilized crowd of local party employees and supporters is anticipated to attend the location. Several prominent political figures, including Maharashtra Chief Minister Devendra and Deputy Chief Minister Eknath Shinde, was in burial. Both Union Home Minister Amit Shah and Prime Minister Narendra Modi was attend the Deputy Chief Minister final ceremonies. Considering the shared moment, the Maharashtra government has declared a 3-day state of mourning in response to the ultimately death. All state government building will fly the national flag at half mast during this time.
हमेशा तत्पर रहने और शिष्ट प्रिय नेता करके उनका नाम था और डेवलपमेंट के लिए खुद एक ऐसा एग्रेशन रखने वाला नेता मैंने देखा ही नहीं। मेरा पिछले 25 साल से मैं उनके साथ में काम करता हूँ, राज्य मंत्री करके, स्टेट मिनिस्टर, कैबिनेट मिनिस्टर करके मैंने उनके साथ में काम किया। एक जुगारू और आम जनता के लिए जो काम होना है तो होना है, नहीं करना है तो नहीं करना है, ऐसे स्पष्ट रूप से बोलने वाला, मुंह पे बात करने वाले और कुछ पीछे नहीं, आगे नहीं, सोचना नहीं, जो करना है तो करना है। एक लोकप्रिय मॉस लीडर, जनता के हित के लिए, जनता के काम के लिए सदैव तत्पर रहने वाले लीडर को, नेता को हमने गवाया है। महाराष्ट्र का बहुत बड़ा नुकसान हुआ है सर, ये नुकसान कभी भर के नहीं निकला। देखो, मैंने उनके साथ में तो स्टेट मिनिस्टर पे काम किया, वो कैबिनेट मिनिस्टर थे, मैं स्टेट मिनिस्टर था डिपार्टमेंट का, और तब से आज 25 साल उनके साथ में साथ मिलकर काम किया है। उनकी एक खासियत कि समय हुआ, काम हुआ तो 1 मिनट भी अपने सामने बिठा देगा। फालतू की बातें नहीं होना चाहिए। जब मैं बैठा था तो काम हो गया, चाहे मिनिस्टर में हूँ तो आप जरा कुर्सी खाली करो, दूसरे के लिए।
Both gold and silver have reached new all-time high due to strong global indicators and significant investor demand. Gold prices maintain their upward trajectory today, experiencing a notable increase across all parity levels, which indicates a strong bullish trend in bullion market. Silver also a significant rise boosted by industrial demand and the speculative purchase, driving prices to historic height. In India, the price of gold today has at rupees 1,78,850 per 10 gram for 24 karat gold and rupees 1,34,144 per 10 gram for 18 karat gold. Silver prices have surged to unprotected level on MCX, surpassing Rs 4 lakh per kilogram for the first time. This is consistent upward trend had instilled confidence among bullion traders and jewelers, although it is also indicate the higher cost of consumer as the wedding season approach. Analysts predict that the rally may persist if international demand and domestic purchase remain robust. With gold prices reaching new height, both investor and jewelry buyer are attentively monitoring the market for further updates.
मान करिपारथिबे पूर्वरु जे सुना एवं रूपा दाम एभली आकाश छुआ हबो बोली एवं जदिओ आमे कहिबा जे आगुरु एई सुना और रूपा दाम लगातार भावे बढ़ुतला किंतु एई रेट रे गोटिए दिन रे एते अमाउंट बढ़िबा एटा समस्त को आश्चर्य करिछि, चकित मध्य करिछि। ମୁଁ କହି ରଖିବି ଯେ ଆମେ ସମସ୍ତେ ଆଶା କରୁଥିଲୁ ଯେ ସୁନା ରୂପା ଦାମ ବଢିବ କାରଣ ଯୋଉ ପ୍ରକାରରେ ସାରା ବିଶ୍ୱରେ ଅସ୍ଥିରତା ଲାଗି ରହିଛି, ଯୋଉ ପ୍ରକାରରେ ଦେଶ ଦେଶ ଭିତରେ ଯୁଦ୍ଧ ଅନସର୍ଟେନିଟି ପ୍ରିଭେଲ କରୁଛି ଏବଂ ଦେଶ ସୁନା ମହଜୁଦ କରିବାକୁ ପସନ୍ଦ କରୁଛନ୍ତି, ଯୋଉଥିପାଇଁ ସୁନାର ଡିମାଣ୍ଡ ବଢୁଛି ଏବଂ ଯୋଉ ଅନୁସାରେ ଡିମାଣ୍ଡ ବଢୁଛି ସପ୍ଲାଏ ସେଇ ଅନୁସାରେ ନାହିଁ। ତେଣୁ କିନ୍ତୁ ଡିମାଣ୍ଡ ଏଇ ପ୍ରକାର ବଢିବ ବୋଲି ଆଟଲିଷ୍ଟ ଆମେ କେବେ ଆଶା କରିନଥିଲୁ ଏବଂ ପ୍ରାଇସ୍ ଏଇ ଲେଭେଲକୁ ପହଞ୍ଚିବ। ଏବଂ ଯଦି ପ୍ରଶ୍ନ କରିବେ ଯେ ଆଗାମୀ ଦିନରେ କଣ ହବ, ଏଇ ପରିସ୍ଥିତି ଲାଗି ରହିଲେ ପ୍ରାଇସ୍ ଆହୁରି ବଢିବ।
Let's take a break. We will be back soon.
काका, हाँ बेटा,
ये जश्न कैसा?
आज इस गांव को 4 चांद लग गए हैं।
कैसे?
ये सब कृष्णा का कमाल है। अब हम पूरी दुनिया से जुड़ गए हैं इंटरनेट के जरिए।
सच?
वो देखो,
कॉमन सर्विस सेंटर?
बिल्कुल डिजिटल इंडिया के तहत अब शहर के चक्कर काटे बिना रोजमर्रा के छोटे बड़े काम गांव-गांव से हो सकते हैं। ये देखो, ढेर सारी सुविधाओं के जरिए, जैसे कि बैंक अकाउंट खोलकर पैसों का लेन देन करना, ऑनलाइन रेलवे टिकट बुक कराना, आधार कार्ड या पासपोर्ट बनवाना, पैन कार्ड की अर्जी भरना, जमीन के कागजात या जन्म और मृत्यु प्रमाण पत्र बनवाना। और प्रधानमंत्री डीजी साक्षरता योजना के अंतर्गत सीएससी अधिकारी को प्रशिक्षण देकर दूसरों को पढ़ाने के लिए तैयार करते हैं। एक और खुद का सेंटर चलाने का अवसर मिला और दूसरी ओर लोगों को रोजगार।
लेकिन इस सेंटर को चलाता कौन है?
कृष्णा।
अरे भाई, ये कृष्णा कौन है?
गांव की प्रगति का श्रेय जाता है हमारी प्यारी बिटिया कृष्णा को।
डिजिटल इंडिया, पावर टू एम्पावर।
Welcome once again. The Odisha unit of Bharatiya Janata Party is scheduled to conduct a significant meeting today at the state party office. The meeting presided over by State President Manmohan Samal and will include the participation of Chief Minister Mohan Charan Majhi along with leader in charge of party. All MLA candidates for MLA positions, state office bearers and district presidents are expected to engage in the discussion. The agenda encompasses comprehensive discussion regarding the participation for the forthcoming Panchayat election, including strategy aimed at enhancing the party outreach at the grassroots level. Furthermore, the meeting concrete and devastating plan communicate the key aspects of the union and state budget to the public. In addition, the discussion regarding the implementation and advancement of essential programs such as the SIR, VVG, RAM, G initiatives.
रूटीन बैठक रेगुलर हो सब बैठक देखु आज रूटीन बैठक किसी विषय चर्चा आलोचना हम विधायक मान डकाई ऑफिसर डकाई जिला प्रेसिडेंट और जिला प्रहरी मान डकाई किसी आगामी कार्यक्रम अन्य विषय चर्चा आलोचना सांगठनिक कार्यक्रम सांगठनिक व्यवस्था आउ विभिन्न दिगरे अन्य विषय जो सरकार विषय आलोचना चर्चा सबुदिन आम सबुदिन से कम लगी नतून किसी ना मीटिंग केवल तार रिविजन तार रूटीन मार्क तादर पार्ट ऑफ द डिस्कशन रहा कांग्रेस वाला बीजेडी वाला पचारे से कहबे ना आम कौन मत से
Preparations are actively underway at the Jagannath Temple in Puri as President Draupadi Murmu is set to visit and shrine on February 4, following her tour of the holy city of February 3. The traditional Chehita Nizok meeting has been completed, resulting in important decision concerning temple ritual, security and arrangement for the President visit on February 4. The President will conduct Pindadan ritual for her ancestors at the sacred Tirtha Puskarini Shvetaganga before heading to the temple for darshan. The temple door will open at 4 am followed by Mangala Aarti at 5 pm. The morning rituals and attire will be completed by 7, after which the President will have darshan prior to the Gopal Ballava rituals.
महामहिम राष्ट्रपति श्री जगन्नाथ मंदिर परिदर्शन पे आसुचंती महामहिम राष्ट्रपति आम पाखरे जहाँ सूचना अच्छी फेब्रुआरी मासर 3 तारिख दिन पुरी रे पहुँचे संध्यारे एवं से दिन महामहिम राष्ट्रपति पिंडदान सहित श्रीमंदिर दर्शन पाई आमको सूचना आसी से हिसाब रे आज एक स्वतंत्र बैठक छत्तीसा निजोगर आयोजन होता है। सहित नीति सब कमिटी बैठक अनुष्ठित होता एवं उभय छत्तीसा निजोग एवं नीति सब कमिटी रे जुग्म बैठक करा जाई आलोचना करा जाई व्यवस्थावली प्रस्तुत करा जाई। जिलापाल को आम अनुरोध करूँ जे जहाँ भी मिनिट टू मिनिट प्रोग्राम कार्यक्रम हवा कथा जेहेतु महामहिम राष्ट्रपति होउछन्ती आम भारत वर्षर प्रथम नागरिक जहाँ मिनिट टू मिनिट प्रोग्राम हम से राष्ट्रपति भवन सहित संयोग स्थापन करी ताकू से प्रेरण करेंगे एवं जहाँ आम पाखे वर्तमान पर्यंत सूचना अच्छी से हिसाब से आम आपण को सूचना देवाई चाहबू। 3 तारिख जेहेतु संध्यारे पहुंचे महामहिम राष्ट्रपति तेणु 4 तारिख दिन अर्थात फेब्रुआरी 4 बुधवार दिन प्रातः पाखापाखि 7टा समय श्वेतगंगा तीर्थ पुष्करिणी रे महामहिम राष्ट्रपति तांकर पिंडदान करेंगे जहाँ भी नीतिकांति अच्छी एवं परवर्ती पर्यायर श्वेतगंगा रे पिंडदान कर सारिबा परे महामहिम राष्ट्रपति सिंहद्वार को प्रत्यावर्तन करेंगे।
The Odisha government has reaffirmed its commitment to enhancing infrastructure and industrial capabilities in Rourkela, indicating investment in long-awaited upgrade of the city airport and the expansion of the Rourkela steel plant as a part of a comprehensive development initiative in Western Odisha. During a recent visit to Steel City, Chief Minister Mohan Charan Majhi emphasized that improving regional connectivity and fostering industrial growth are key priorities for the state government. The planned upgrade of Rourkela Airport, which currently features 1,930-meter runway and accommodates ATR 72 class aircraft, is anticipated to facilitate the operation of large commercial aircraft and enhance air connection with significant economic hubs. Data indicates that the airport serves approximately 26,700 passengers, recorded over 800 aircraft movement in most recent reporting year, reflecting an increasing demand for the dependable air connectivity. Official noted the expansion plan aims to enlarge the airport area from roughly 102 acres in nearly 250 acres, which environmental cleanliness already secured. Originally developed as a sail-owned art ship, the airport now operates under the Regional Collectivity Scheme is being possessed and better facilitate business, travel, tourism, investment activities. In addition to aviation infrastructure, the state government has reiterated its commitment to the expansion of the Rourkela steel plant, one of the India prominent public sector steel facilities managed by SEL. The proposed expansion seeks to nearby double the plant's production capacity from the current 4.5 million tons per annum to approximately 9.8 MTPA by the decade's end.
राउरकेला वासिंकर दाबी अच्छी राउरकेला एयरपोर्ट को बड़ प्लाटफर्म रे सी ग्रेड को जीवाई ये आजिर दाबी नुह ये लंबा समय दाबी अच्छी एवं राउरकेला स्टील प्लांट एक्सपांशन कथा एठी आपण माने भी उपस्थापना करिसेंती सेथिपाई आम सरकार आसिला परे मु मध्य राउरकेला स्टील प्लांट रो कर्तृपक्षक सहित आलोचना करिछि भारत सरकारंकर स्टील विभाग सहित आलोचना करिछि एवं परवर्ती पर्याय रे भारत सरकारंकर स्टील मिनिस्टर तांको टीम सहित राउरकेला आसीथिले राउरकेला रे रिव्यू करिसेंती एवं ओडिशा सरकार सहित भुवनेश्वर रे रिव्यू भी मुख्यमंत्री सहित करा जायछि मो सहित करा जायछि एवं परवर्ती पर्याय मु मध्य गोटे टास्क फोर्स गठन करिछि आजिर जे डेवलपमेंट कमिशनर अछंती डीसी देवरंजन कुमार सिंह अध्यक्षतार संपृक्त अधिकारी मान को लेकर 3 थर से परिदर्शन राउरकेला आसी सारी आलोचना विचार विमर्श जारी रही पॉजिटिव अच्छी।
The black buck census is currently being conducted in the Ghumusar South Forest Division of Ganjam district, Odisha. The initiative commenced early morning from 6 am was said to continue until 11 am. Encompassing key forest ranges including Aska, for the first time modern technologies such as drones, binoculars and artificial intelligence are being utilized to enhance the accuracy of the counting process. This represents a significant advancement in wildlife monitoring, merging traditional field work with cutting-edge digital technique. A total of 72 teams have been established throughout the Ghumusar South Forest Division to execute the census. Especially within the Aska Forest Range, 27 dedicated teams are actively participating in the operation. Each team is responsible for serving assigned area, documenting, citing and validating data through AI-assisted analysis. The objective of the census is to provide updated statistics on the black buck population, a species recognized for its ecological significance and cultural relevance in Odisha. The outcome of the census are anticipated to inform future approaches for habitat preservation and species management in the area. Let's take a break. We will be back soon.
काका,
हाँ बेटा,
ये जश्न कैसा?
आज इस गांव को 4 चांद लग गए हैं।
कैसे?
ये सब कृष्णा का कमाल है। अब हम पूरी दुनिया से जुड़ गए हैं इंटरनेट के जरिए।
सच?
वो देखो,
कॉमन सर्विस सेंटर?
बिल्कुल, डिजिटल इंडिया के तहत अब शहर के चक्कर काटे बिना रोजमर्रा के छोटे बड़े काम गांव-गांव से हो सकते हैं। ये देखो, ढेर सारी सुविधाओं के जरिए, जैसे कि बैंक अकाउंट खोलकर पैसों का लेन देन करना, ऑनलाइन रेलवे टिकट बुक कराना, आधार कार्ड या पासपोर्ट बनवाना, पैन कार्ड की अर्जी भरना, जमीन के कागजात या जन्म और मृत्यु प्रमाण पत्र बनवाना। और प्रधानमंत्री डीजी साक्षरता योजना के अंतर्गत सीएससी अधिकारी को प्रशिक्षण देकर दूसरों को पढ़ाने के लिए तैयार करते हैं। एक और खुद का सेंटर चलाने का अवसर मिला और दूसरी ओर लोगों को रोजगार।
लेकिन इस सेंटर को चलाता कौन है?
कृष्णा।
अरे भाई, ये कृष्णा कौन है?
गांव की प्रगति का श्रेय जाता है हमारी प्यारी बिटिया कृष्णा को।
डिजिटल इंडिया, पावर टू एम्पावर।
Welcome once again. Odisha Chief Minister Mohan Sharan Mache introduced a special review site to monitor the status of major infrastructure projects throughout the state in an effort to improve transparency and oversight the development projects. Real-time information on projects pertaining to roads, drinking water supply, sanitation, street lighting, park and other public utility service will be available through the platform. The Chief Minister received the 6th State Finance Commission final report during the event. It is anticipated the report would be helpful in bolstering grassroots governance and directing future funding distribution for local development. With a focus on inclusive growth, Same Machi emphasized the significance of Panchayat level infrastructure transformation. He emphasized that the development program should immediately raise people's standard of living. The Chief Minister received the 6th State Finance Commission final report, and it is anticipated the report would be helpful in grassroots governance and directing future funding distribution for the local government. The significance of the changing infrastructure while highlighting inclusive growth, he emphasized the development program and directly enhance people the quality of life. An Odia soldier stationed Jammu and Kashmir was murdered while fulfilling his duties. Consequently, a wave of sorrow involved Nayagarh district in Odisha following his tragic passing. According to report, Jitu Behera was assigned to Jammu and Kashmir. His hometown is Anandapalli, located in Nayagarh district of Odisha. The final rites for Jitu Behera were conducted on Wednesday with full state honours. Jitu Behera had been married for nearly 10 months. He had recently returned to his village on leave and went back to his duty just a few days prior. As per sources, he experienced intense chest pain while on duty, which led to a heart attack and ultimately his death.
ବର୍ଷେ ହେଲା ମୁଁ ବାହାର କରୁଛି ବର୍ଷେ 2 ମାସ ହେଲା କେମିତି କ'ଣ ସଡନ୍ ଏମିତି କେସ୍ ହେଇଗଲା ଆଉ ତମେ ଜାଣିପାରୁନ କହୁଛନ୍ତି ହାର୍ଟ ଚୋକ୍ ହେଇଛି ବୋଲି ଆଉ ସେ ତ ଆଜି ପର୍ଯ୍ୟନ୍ତ 10-12 ବର୍ଷ ଚାକିରି କରିଛନ୍ତି ନା ଆଉ ତା ଭିତରେ ଇଏ ଆମର ବି ତାଙ୍କର ବଡ଼ ପୁଅ ସାନ ପୁଅ ବି ଚାକିରି କରିଛନ୍ତି ଆଉ କେମିତି ସଡନ୍ ଏ କେସ୍ଟା ହେଲା ଆମେ ଜାଣିପାରୁନୁ ସଡନ୍ ଆମେ କଟକରେ ରହୁଛୁ କଟକରେ ରହିକି ସଡନ୍ ଝିଅ ବାହା କରିଛି ଶୁଣିକି ବହୁତ ଦୁଃଖରେ ଆସିଲୁ ରାତି ମାଡ଼ି ଆସିଲା ଦେଖିଲୁ ଏଇ ଅବସ୍ଥା ଲାଷ୍ଟ ବି ଏପର୍ଯ୍ୟନ୍ତ ଆସିପାରିନାହିଁ ଲାଷ୍ଟ 3 ଦିନ ହେଲାଣି ଆଜି ପର୍ଯ୍ୟନ୍ତ ଆସିପାରିନାହିଁ ଘଟଣା ଘଟିଛି ଜାନୁଆରୀ 26 ଦିନରେ ଘଟିଛି ସକାଳ 8ଟାରୁ 10:30 ଭିତରେ ଏ କେସ୍ଟା ହେଇଛି
ମୋ ସ୍ୱାମୀ ଜଣେ ଯବାନ ବୋଲି ମୁଁ ଗର୍ବ ଅନୁଭବ କରୁଛି ଶହୀଦ ହେଲେ ବି ସୁଦ୍ଧା ମୁଁ ଗର୍ବ ଅନୁଭବ କରୁଛି ଅଫିସରୁ କଲ୍ ଆସିଥିଲା ଜଣେଇଥିଲେ ବହୁତ ଗର୍ବ ଅନୁଭବ କରୁଛି ମୁଁ ତାଙ୍କ ସ୍ତ୍ରୀ ବୋଲିକି
ବହୁତ ହାର୍ଟ ଚୋକ୍ ହେଇଗଲା ବୋଲି କହୁ ପରଦିନ କଥା ଅପରଦିନ କଥା ହଉଥିଲୁ ଭଲ ସବୁ କଥା ହେଇଗଲୁ ଆଉ କାଲି ଆଉ ଫୋନ ଲାଗିଲା ଯେ ଆଉ ଉଠେଇଲାନି ଯଦି ନ ଉଠେଇଲା ଆମେ କହିଲୁ ସେଠୁ ପିଲେ ତାଙ୍କର ଏଠି ଥିଲେ ତାଙ୍କ ସାଥୀ ତାଙ୍କ ବାବୁକୁ ସେଠୁ ଫୋନ କଲା ବେଳୁ ସେ କହିଲେ ଯାଇ ଫୋନ ଥୋଇ ଦେଇକି ଯାଇଛନ୍ତି ଗୋଟେ ଜାଗାକୁ ଯାଇଛନ୍ତି ଆମେ ଆଉ କ'ଣ ଜାଣିଲୁ ଜାଗାକୁ ଯାଇଥିବେ।
Filmmaker Vipul Amrutal Saha has revealed the captivating motion poster of his forthcoming film, The Kerala Story 2 Goes Beyond, which has already sparked intense reaction on the internet. Unveiled on Wednesday, the motion poster is unsettling, filled with rage and emotionally intense, providing a disturbing preview of the universe sequel intends to delve into. The producer have also announced that the film teaser will be released on January 30. Despite the prevailing uncertainty, tickets have already been secured for the Pakistan team to travel to Sri Lanka for the T20 World Cup. Pakistan T20 World Cup journey has been cast into doubt, even as the team is still set to leave for Colombo on Monday. The tournament is scheduled to begin on February 7, concluded on March 8. But definitive decision regarding the team participation is anticipated just prior to the squad boarding their flight. As per report, the Pakistan team is booked on Air Lanka flight departing from Lahore. Sharing the journey with Australian team, reports suggest the clarity on the situation is expected by Friday, with PCB chief Mohsin Naqvi likely to confirm the team participation in the event. Naqvi had previously expressed concern about Pakistan involvement after the ICC denied Bangladesh's request to relocate their matches from India to Sri Lanka due to security issues. In a show of solidarity with Bangladesh, Naqvi proposed that the Pakistan might withdraw. He subsequently met with Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif in Islamabad to seek direction. Sources indicate that while the Prime Minister endorsed Pakistan's position, he warned against a boycott due to the potential financial repercussion. Naqvi also sought advice from the President Asif Zardari, the military leadership, and the former PCB chairman Nazam Sethi and the Ramiz Raja. Both former chairmen reportedly recommend that the team proceed to Sri Lanka and refrain from the boycotting the matches against India. A significant drastic change in the weather is occurring. Cold temperature is set to return. Today, the cold wind are anticipated to sweep across the state today, leading to a shivering sensation. Visibility is predicted to be reduced numerous regions due to the fog. Following 2 days of rainfall, the cold has intensified in Uttar Pradesh. Today, cold winds are likely to blow throughout the state, which will induce shivering among the state. The weather is forecast to be dry on Thursday, although dense fog will persist. Additionally, visibility is expected to be diminished in various areas due to the fog. The meteorological department has indicated the weather will remain dry today. No alerts have been issued regarding this, but the fog advisory has been released for the certain district in both division. Fog may lead to traffic disruption in some area during the morning and evening hour. Similar weather conditions are anticipated over the next 48 hours. The maximum temperature in Delhi is projected to range from 17 to 19 degrees Celsius, while the minimum temperature is expected to be between 6 and 8 degrees Celsius. On Friday, Delhi will experience overcast skies accompanied by lightning fog, light rain along with thunderstorm and wind. It forecasted for Saturday in Delhi. Conversely, Himachal Pradesh is expected to endure severe, extremely severe cold on Wednesday. According to IMD, hail has been reported in Himachal Pradesh, Uttarakhand, Punjab, Haryana, Uttar Pradesh, Madhya Pradesh, Maharashtra and Delhi over past 24 hours. It is anticipated that the weather in northwest India will change starting January 30 due to the influence of western disturbance. Light rain was observed in Uttar Pradesh and Rajasthan on Wednesday. The minimum temperature rise in several locations across North India, including Jammu and Kashmir. That's all for now. Stay tuned for more updates. Thank you.